Aries, thank you for joining me on Dragonfly Soul Tarot. Today we are doing the Fix Your Love Life spread. There is no time frame on this one. It is valid until the lessons are learned or the relationship is resolved, okay? So the first four cards are going to be about the situation, and then the final cards are going to be about sort of like clarifies. Okay, I'll explain as we go along. Okay, so the first card is the Queen of Swords. So that will be in the past or past position of the situation. The present card is the King of Swords. The outcome card is the Three of Swords. Oh my, Aries. The what is heavy is the Knight of Pentacles. What lifts you up is the Page of Swords. That's an interesting card for that. Okay, now the following cards are just clarifiers. The Seven of Wands in position 6. The Eight of Wands in position 7. The Ace of Wands, wow, a lot of wands, in position 8. And the Page of Wands, wow, that was not intentional, okay, in position 9. Okay, so you have swords and wands. Little are thrown in, but not a lot of swords. And we know sword energy can be very rigid, very dogmatic, not very warm at all, and it kind of saddens me here to see all these swords for you, Aries, because I think you're currently dealing with some major disappointment, and we have a king and a Queen of Swords. So somebody whom you wanted, two people in your life have, it seems to me, two people in your life have caused you disappointment. Someone whom you really wanted and someone who really wanted you. So I don't know if it's completely ended, but it's gotten to the point where you feel like there may be no future with these two people, and you are hurting. I see the Three of Swords as the first three, stages of grief, which I believe are denial, anger, and bargaining. Denial, bargaining, anger. So the goal is to move past those and work through those. I currently feel that you're still in that. I don't know how far you are in dealing with these two situations who have let you down, who you feel have let you down. You know, there are two sides to every story. So let's see what else the card has to tell us. So what is heavy on you is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles talks about our security and the thing that you have built that withstands the test of time, Aries. So this is something that you feel that you cannot negotiate on, and you are stuck because you have this burden. Perhaps you have a mortgage, a lot of payments, car payments, you have a lot of financial obligations, and you are not able to concentrate your resources in other directions. So this is what's taking up all your time and resources, and possibly what drove a wedge between you and these two people who were part of your life, who may still be part of your life, but may not be as communicative as they were at one time. So, or they may be angry with you, or they may be giving you the silent treatment or whatever it is. Because you want to be secure, you weren't able to give these people what they needed. I don't know if that makes sense. Because you had to be secure, because being involved with those two people threatened your security. It could be a love triangle. So it turns out that these people have hurt you, or you feel that they've let you down. Now, what lifts you up is the Page of Swords, and I often see swords as technology, so I am going to, and our little pages are messages, although our Page of Swords, he's a little bit immature and a little bit of a gossip, so you may be spending a lot of time online and gossiping or bad-mouthing these people. Aries, this is not good behavior, okay? This is not healthy. So the Page of Swords is also well, you're gonna have to let it out in some way. So I do see a lot of online texting, messaging, emails, stuff like that. I don't know how far you're taking it in terms of being critical of these people who have hurt you, but try not to be too hard on people. People have to do what is right for them in their hearts, okay, Aries? Okay, so let's move on and go to looking at the problems and the issues. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, obviously, we've discussed before, is about litigation, about conflict, face-to-face conflict. He said, she said, miscommunications, and someone wants something, but you're not willing to compromise, possibly, and there's this issue again. It all seems to revolve around this issue of your security, fearing for your stability and security. Could be your emotional stability, because you feel like it may be too much of a risk to let yourself fully fall in love with someone, so you kept things too superficial, and then they said, okay, that's enough, no more superficialness, we are cutting you out because we need somebody who knows how to love. And then deep down inside, this heart gets broken because, well, it's not a superficial heart, it's just trying to protect himself or herself from being hurt. So yeah, so the situation is there was a lot of conflict. You refused to budge because you felt it was a threat to your security, to your foundations, to your stability. And the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands was a lot of responsibility. You felt like you had a lot of responsibility, and it was just too much, too fast. And where the Eight of Wands differs, in my opinion, from the Ten of Wands, is that the Ten of Wands is maybe looking back on something that was too heavy for you, and the Eight of Wands is just still going on and on and on. And the Ten of Wands, you can see the end of this situation at some point, but the Eight of Wands, you just can't see the end. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So, Aries, this there was a lot of conflict, and it's sad because there seemed to be a real sticking point with you, and you couldn't, you wouldn't compromise. It seems to me like you wouldn't compromise, and that became a really big burden, and that became the line in the sand for some people. All right, so Now, what you contributed, I'm seeing the Ace of Wands as a lot of sexual energy. Obviously, I'm looking at it as a lot of male energy, but can also be a woman inviting this kind of fiery passion and sexual chemistry into their lives. So, see, you have two pages here, okay? You had the passion in the beginning. Look at the difference in the colors of the two pages, okay? The Page of Swords is all blues and bright colors, and then the Page of Wands is all golds and reds and autumny colors. So the Page of Swords is cold, and the Page of Wands offers warmth, okay? So this is like a dichotomy within you. 1 minute, maybe you're showing one part of you on the surface, where deep down inside you are really this warm, loving character, but nobody gets to see that. You come on like gangbusters, and then you turn into this this character here. And meanwhile, you are this person underneath, and nobody gets to see that, Aries. You see what I mean? This is what you have contributed. You are putting on a mask. You are not allowing yourself to love on a deep enough level to keep someone close to you. Okay? You are hiding this vulnerability, this true friend, under this mask of superficiality, of being, behind a computer screen. And you're keeping yourself at a distance, and that is not going to bring you what you seek, which is the warmth, which is the passion. This is why we have the blue card in between the two pages of wands, because it starts off really hot, and then poof, it just completely cools off, and then, behind the truth, behind the mask, there's the truth of the matter. But you're not letting it come out. You're not showing the true self. You're going to need to show your true self in order to find that true love that you seek. And now, as far as advice for this particular situation, this particular two love interests that that you're having challenges with, they may still be in your life, they may not still be in your life. Whatever it is, the communication is kaput. You're not communicating. It's just, if you run into them, it's like hello, goodbye. Okay. So let's see if we can get some messages from the message line here. We have the King of Swords and the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So in regards to your security, and you have the Page of Technology and the King of Stoicness, and it's difficult to find advice in these cards, Aries, because maybe you don't want to hear it. I'm looking for another person in this deck, but all I see is the King of Swords and the Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands is here off to the side. Because he's so hidden, you really are not bringing him out. This is what you're showing to the world, Aries. Is this what you want to show? Do you really want to be known by this mask and keep encountering these situations where the relationship just isn't very deep or isn't very passionate, which is what you want, obviously want. What is it about your security that is so so threatened by being 100% completely and deeply in love and giving yourself over to someone? This is mistrust. This is mistrust on on a cellular level, I wanted to say, but that's just being dramatic. You need to get over your mistrust. That's the only thing, but it's such a distant goal, Aries. Where would you begin? Where would you begin? You have this deep mistrust, and you can't get past a certain level in terms of relationships, because you tend to keep it on a sexual level. I don't know. There is no clear advice theme. It's just saying that you have a lot of deep mistrust issues, and that is interfering with your love situation, and it's a lot of recurring issues. And what you need to do is to take off the mask of the Page of Wands and of the Page of Swords that you wear all the time behind the computer screen, and embrace the real you, whom is the Page of Wands. It's warm, good friend, loving, kind, and really a wonderful communicator. It's up to you, Aries. It's up to you. That was a challenging reading for me. I am hoping that you can assimilate these lessons, Aries, and learn how to find a way to dispel this deep mistrust of people, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, really. You don't trust people, and they are going to let you down. You don't trust people, and they're going to let you down. So this is something that you're going to need to meditate on, and see if you can find some way of dealing with these issues. Okay, Aries, I wish you all the best. I hope you got some value from that reading. Please subscribe, like my videos, and comment. I'd love to hear your comments. And don't forget to tell 2 people, because they may need the information within these readings. Thank you again for being here, Aries. Please be safe and take care. We'll see you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.